Hey Dad, from your work, what do men struggle with the most?
Well, I think first off, I have to say we see a biased sample of people. We're working mostly with couples, and a lot of the couples are sort of similar age to us or a bit younger. So I'm really mindful that men in their 40s and 50s that have been in a long-term relationship might struggle very different things to a young man who's maybe in his early 20s. So I'm going to stick to the cohort, the group of men that I tend to see the most. And I would say that there's two things that they struggle with. They struggle with how to communicate in a healthy, clean way, and how to communicate about emotions and feelings, because so often couples get caught in conflict about what we call a surface issue. So it might be who didn't take the bins out, who didn't clean the fridge out, who didn't stack the dishwasher the correct way. And often that's not the issue. There's underlying pain and feelings that are not being addressed or seen or respected by each other in those conflicts. So I think it's about communication difficulties. And then the other thing I would say is around sexual intimacy. And I'm making it specific, not just intimacy, because I know that intimacy can be many things. But I do think that men and women generally see intimacy differently. And we have a saying that is that men need sex to feel loved, and women need to feel loved to want to have sex. And I think there's some truth to that. And it just shows the difference between how men and women are generally wired. Now, I know these are sort of generalizations, and there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. Of course, there are. But certainly in the work that Ruth and I see, I would say that with many men, this is an issue. And also, increasingly, I think as time passes by, we're starting to see a shift almost, and it's women becoming frustrated sexually because their husbands are going off sex. They don't want sex, and the women do, and this becomes problematic as well. And again, as I'm saying this, I'm mindful I'm talking about heterosexual relationships, which is the majority of what we see. Again, I'm not an expert on gay relationships, and I'm not going to venture into that territory. It's just I just don't have expertise of that. So I would say there are a couple of the things that we see men struggle with. There's obviously going to be many, many more things. If you're a man, I'd love to read what you write in the comment section. And if you're a woman that's in a relationship with a man, I'd love to read what you think. And also, if you're a gay person in a relationship, please help educate me because I want to learn more. And that would be really interesting for me as well. So put your comments in the comment section. And also check out our other Instagrams about all stuff relationship and YouTubes and TikToks.